All right, today we are diving into something really special. It's a powerful and honestly pretty unusual parable about life, death, and, believe it or not, the surprising nature of comedy.
So, our story doesn't start with some grand philosophical statement. It starts right here with this really strange, unsettling feeling. You're in a familiar cathedral, but something's off. It smells like a theater, that smell of sawdust and old wood and maybe even the ghost of grease paint. The whole place has kind of rearranged itself into a stage. And right there, at the center of this bizarre stage altar, is a priest. But he's not dressed like a priest. He's dressed like a court jester. He just looks out at everyone, lets that strange quiet hang in the air for a moment, and then he hits them, and us, with this truly challenging idea. He basically asks us to reframe our entire existence using the structure of a joke. Now that is a wild idea, right? It just turns our most serious questions completely upside down. So let's break down what he actually means by that.
Okay, so first things first, every joke needs a setup. And in this parable, the setup is, well, it's everything. It's the beautiful, the boring, the incredibly complex business of just being alive. It's every ordinary day, every relationship, every habit, the whole gigantic, messy pile of a life. And of course, every setup is building toward one thing, a punchline. You know a good punchline, right? It's that twist, that revelation that completely violates what you expected to happen, but at the same time, it feels kind of inevitable. Like deep down, you knew the story was really going there all along. And here it is. The parable's stark central point. Our life, our self, with all its hopes and dreams and plans and love, that is the incredibly elaborate setup. And our death? That's the punchline. The one that was always coming.
So, how are we supposed to react to a punchline like that? Well, the parable suggests there isn't just one right answer. In fact, it says there are two responses, and amazingly, both of them are true at the same time. On one side, you have the straight man's truth, and that's grief. It's that real, sincere, heartbreaking ache for the setup we loved so much, for the people and the places worth grieving, and that is absolutely a correct response. But then, there's the comedian's truth, and that's recognition. It's the ability to see the joke's perfect form, to just acknowledge that, yep, the setup was always building towards this. Now, the hero of our story is a character called the Fool, and she is the perfect example of this comedian's response. When her own end comes, it doesn't arrive with a thunderclap or some big announcement. It just shows up as a simple tiredness on an ordinary Tuesday. And she doesn't fight it. She sees it for exactly what it is. This is what she says. Well, that's the one. And it's not resignation, It's this full, immediate acknowledgement of the punchline's rightness. It's her recognizing, this is the bit. It was always the bit. She sees that the entire elaborate setup of her life was always in perfect proportion to the simple thing it was building toward. She gets the joke. To help us wrap our minds around this kind of radical acceptance, the Fool gives us another metaphor, and it's probably the oldest joke in the book, the pratfall. I mean, think about why a fall is funny. The comedy isn't the pain, right? Pain isn't funny. The comedy is in that sudden gap, the gap between the dignity this person was trying so hard to maintain and the ground just completely refusing to play along. It's a sudden reveal of a very simple truth. And that's the connection, right there. The fall just reveals that the ground was always way closer than our upright dignity was willing to admit. The pratfall, just like death, is simply stating a truth that was present all along. But wait, the Fool's deepest teaching actually goes one step further than this. It isn't just about the fall itself. It's about what happens when we truly surrender to it. And this is the crucial point, the final surrender. It isn't a fall into something hostile or scary. It's just an acknowledgement that our bodies have been fighting gravity at great expense for a very long time, and that negotiation was always going to end this way. The fall is a kind of return. And in that return, we're actually held in a way that standing upright never could. So all of this, it's all building to the parable's ultimate and really personal conclusion for every single one of us. This is so important. The priest is very clear. This cosmic joke is not making fun of you. It's not meant to make our lives feel small or pointless. That is not the kind of comedy he's talking about at all. No, it's something much bigger. We are the joke. Each one of us is this specific, unrepeatable, cosmically improbable thing called a consciousness, and we've been trusted to get up on this wild stage inside this amazing setup and build something beautiful and real and worth grieving before that final line arrives. And just look at what our setups contain. All of it. Life's absurd, tragic, and unbelievably beautiful details. The confusion of the birds, that specific feeling of being tired on a Tuesday, the warmth we get from others, the little bit of ache we feel even inside our own laughter. Every last bit of it is part of the same joke. You see, the comedy here isn't the opposite of grief. It's actually big enough to hold grief inside of it. That ache we feel when we lose something, that is the very proof that the setup was worthwhile. It means the punchline isn't an insult to the life that was lived. It's its profound and necessary completion. And the parable leaves us with this one last, incredible thought. It suggests we are all part of a cosmic timing that we can feel, even if we can't fully understand it. The joke is bigger than us, it's older than us, and yet, for this one brief, beautiful moment, we get to be the heart of it. So what does it mean to live as the beautiful, intricate joke that you are?